and welcome. My name's Tuan and I'm the co-founder of Productivity Me. In this video, we're going to look at the Find and Replace dialog box. We're going to use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl-H in order to get there, and then we'll examine a couple alternate methods to achieve the same result. So with that, let's get started. So as we open up Excel, in our last video, we looked at using Ctrl-F in order to launch the Find dialog box. But when we launch this Find dialog box, there are actually two tabs. One is Find and the other is Replace. So Find, Replace. If you want to launch the Find and Replace dialog box and have the Replace tab automatically selected, there's a specific keyboard shortcut for that. You can press Ctrl-H, and Ctrl-H will bring up this same Find and Replace dialog box, but rather than land on the Find tab, it would land on the Find and Replace tab. Now, let's look at how to use this dialog box. So we're going to press Ctrl-H in order to launch the Find and Replace dialog box, and we're going to take the word price and we're going to say selling price. So we're going to put the word selling price, make sure that there's no spaces after that, and then we can go to either Find Next, Find Next, Find Next, or we can go to Replace, and you'll notice this became selling price, Replace, Replace, and because this was originally selling price, now it's selling price. But here we would have selling price, and selling price. Let's change the word revenue to sales in dollars. So we could press Ctrl-H in order to launch the Find and Replace. We would come up here, and what do we want to find? We want to find revenue. We want to launch the Find and Replace with sales in US dollars. We could either go Find Next, and then individually replace, or you can go to Replace All. Made 4 replacements. Why did it make 4 replacements when there seems to only be 2? Because there were sales here and sales here, and then we're doing it in our workbook, not just the worksheet. So again, you would have these options to change. So again, if you wanted to launch if you wanted to launch the Find and Replace dialog box with the Replace tab selected, you can press Ctrl-H. Alternately, you can come up here, go to Find and select, then go to Replace. You could say change sales. You can take this. You can actually switch it back by going to REVENUE. I want to do it in the entire workbook. Say OK. Replace all, and all 4 instances, both on this specific worksheet and on this specific worksheet, have been changed. So the third way that you could do this dialog box, I imagine you can guess. You would press the Alt key, the Home key for the Home tab, and then FD, and then R for Replace. And it would also bring up this dialog box. So perhaps there are a couple things that you would want to get used to and or experiment with. But in this video, we covered the 3 ways to launch the Find and Replace dialog box. The first was Ctrl-H. This would automatically have this tab of Replace selected. The second was come here and select Replace. The third was Alt-H-F-D, and then I believe R for Replace. That too would launch the Find and Replace dialog box with the Replace tab selected. So with that, in our next video, we'll go ahead and look at the idea of Shift F4. Shift F4 will allow you to find the next match within a worksheet or within a spreadsheet. So check that out in our next video. And as always, thanks for watching.